a special meeting of the UNC Board of Trustees and turn it over to the chairman of the University Affairs Committee, Dr. Perrin Jones. Dr. Jones.
Thank you, Chair Pryor. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the special meeting of the University Affairs Committee. As chair of this committee, I must remind all members of their duty under the State Government Ethics Act to avoid conflicts of interest and appearances of conflict of interest. If you know of any conflict of interest or appearance of conflict of interest with respect to any matter coming before the committee today, please identify it at this time. Hearing none, seeing none, I'll ask Chris McClure to please call the roll.
Chair Jones.
Here.
Vice Chair Evans.
Here.
Mr. Ballantyne. Mr. Bullock. Here. Mr. Bryan. Mr. Everett.
Here.
Mr. Kalapa. Mr. Patel.
Here.
Mr. Pryor.
Here.
Mr. Turner.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. The agenda for this special meeting was provided to board members on February 28th, 2024 via email. Links to a copy of the agenda for the special meeting were also posted electronically on the board's website and the university's open meetings calendar. I will ask every board member to refer to that agenda now. The purpose of this special meeting is to review and consider executive personnel matters. Trustee Evans, I will now entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the University Affairs Committee go into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute, Section 143-318-11A1, to prevent the disclosure of privileged or confidential information, and also pursuant to Section 143-318-11A3 and A6.
We have the motion. Any discussion or debate? Seeing none, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I second that motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. May I get a second?
Second.
Second. Discussion or debate? Hearing none, seeing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. Hearing none, motion carries.
Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. As board chair, I must remind all members of their duty under the State Government Ethics Act to avoid conflicts of interest and appearances of conflict of interest. If you know of any conflict or appearance of conflict with respect to any matter coming before the committee today, please identify it at this time. I'll now ask Chris McClure to call the roll.
Mr. Ballantyne. Just having some problems getting in here. Mr. Blaine.
Here.
Mr. Bullock.
Here.
Mr. Briner.
Here.
Mr. Bryan.
Here.
Evans.
Here.
Mr. Everett.
Here.
Dr. Jones.
Here.
Mr. Kalapa. Mr. Codis. Mr. Codis.
He was.
Mr. Meekins.
Here.
Mr. Patel.
Here.
Mr. Pryor.
Here.
Mr. Turner.
Here.
Mrs. White.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Chris. The agenda for this special meeting was provided to board members on February 28th, 2024 via email. Links to a copy of the agenda for this special meeting were also posted electronically on the board's website and the university's open meetings calendar. I will ask every board member to please refer to that agenda now. The purpose of this special meeting is to review and consider an executive personnel matter. Trustee White, I'll now entertain a motion to go into closed session, please.
I don't know if she's here. They were going to ask me to do it. You want me to do it?
I heard her just a second ago.
Yeah, all good. Sorry. Mr. Chairman, I move that the board convene in closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute Section 143-318-11A1, 3, and 6.
Thank you. You've heard the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Any discussion or debate? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We're now,
Who's there?
I see you,
Okay.
Ralph.
I'm at the Rizzo Center, Rams Club.
It's so great that our senior member of the board is with us today, Ralph.
Is that really what you want to show?
Should be good.
Ah,
Good to go.
Okay. We now are going to have a report of the University Affairs Committee. I'll recognize trustee Dr. Perrin Jones for an open session report of the University Affairs Committee. Dr. Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And just to clarify, we will have a vote at the end of this. Is that correct? I want to make sure that
That is correct.
okay. Chair Pryor and Board of Trustees members, this report covers items discussed during the meeting of the Committee on University Affairs today, March 1st, 2024. In closed session this afternoon, the committee considered and approved one personnel appointment. This item requires our vote now. On behalf of the committee, I move that the Board of Trustees vote to approve the requested appointment for the Dean of the School of Civic Life and Leadership. Information about this action will be available on the board's website immediately after the meeting. May I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion or debate?
I'd like to say something.
Yes, former Chair Bullock.
Yeah, I just want to say that this is a really good day for the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. A little over a year ago, at the January meeting of the Board of Trustees, the then board, many of whom still remain on this board, passed unanimously a resolution to expedite the development of the School of Civic Life and Leadership. There was opposition, not unexpected, but there was a lot of pushback, I believe, from many people on campus. Over the last year, though, I feel that the campus community has embraced the idea and the thought that the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill can be a leader in this space, a leader in the area of civic life, civic discourse, and teaching and enabling students of the future to survive and thrive in a world that is continually exhibiting polarization. Our students who graduate from here will have the ability to inform people that they work with, inform those with whom they engage with on topics of the day in a way that is civil and in a way where they can make their point regardless of their ideological belief system without having to be ashamed of that ideological belief system. This sets the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill apart as a leader in the nation in this space. I think this hire and the culmination of our ability as a university of community to make this a reality in now just a little over a year shows what can be done when we put our mind to something and when we decide that we're going to be a national leader. University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill is the greatest university on the planet. We need to continue that leadership. And this is yet one example of how we can, are, and will continue to lead the nation.
Thank you for that. Dr. Jones, were you going to say anything?
Yes. This is a truly momentous day for our university, our state, our nation, and our civil society. I would like to thank everyone who played a role, our students, our faculty, our alumni, our administration, members of this board, and Provost Clemens in bringing the School of Civic Life and Leadership to fruition. This is an example of what this great university can achieve when we are aligned in purpose and cohesive in action. I trust there will be many more similar examples in the months and years to follow. Thank you. Anyone else like to speak to the motion?
I'd like to say something if you don't mind.
Trustee Cotis?
just going to say, this is what happens when you cut through red tape and you have a level playing field. The board worked with the provost and the university overall to accomplish this and accelerate it. And a lot of people said this couldn't be done in the time frame we were talking about, and it has been. And so I think this and the collaboratory are two examples of when you have that private sector mindset coming in, you don't need all the red tape, and we cut through it. And now we're going to have the best candidate in the country because we're able to move nimbly and quickly. And hopefully we will continue to apply that philosophy to other aspects of the university.
Thank you, Trustee Cotis. Would anyone else like to speak to the motion?
Trustee Jones or Chair Jones, I have one small comment. Honestly, you three trustees have throughout in the legislature, everything has been said, but not everybody has said it. So I don't want to pile on. You guys summarized, Trustee Bullock, Trustee Cotis, and Trustee Jones greatly summarized the process and what's going on. I am just very thankful for Provost Clemens' leadership and the initial faculty at the school for, as Trustee Bullock noted, not everyone was maybe thrilled about the start, but those faculty members that jumped on, and now with, I think, as Trustee Coda said, just an outstanding leader coming on board. I'm exceptionally excited for the students and faculty and the people of North Carolina.
Thank you, Trustee Bryan. Would anyone else like to comment before we vote? Seeing none, hearing none. Everyone in favor, please say aye.
I think we're gonna,
Aye.
Jones, I think we're gonna have a roll call vote. I would like to have a roll call vote of the Board of Trustees to approve Jed Atkins to be the Dean of the School of Civic Life and Leadership. And Mr. McClure, if you would please call the roll.
Mr. Ballantyne. Mr. Ballantyne, I know is having some audio issues.
Technical difficulty.
You can text me if you would like. Mr. Blaine.
Say that again, Chris. You broke up.
Mr. Blaine, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Bullock.
Yes.
Mr. Briner.
Yes.
Mr. Bryan.
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Mr. Everett.
Yes.
Dr. Jones.
Yes.
Mr. Kalapa. Mr. Cotis.
Yes.
Mr. Meekins.
Yes.
Mr. Patel.
Yes.
Mr. Pryor.
Yes.
Mr. Turner.
Yes.
Mrs. White.
Yes.
Mr. Ballantyne is a yes.
With that, it is approved.
It is approved.
Thank you, Secretary McClure. If there are no further items of business for the board's consideration, we will adjourn without objection. Thank you all for your participation.